This one will. My oldest daughter is a fashionista. Ever since she's been born, every outfit has a matching bow. Even though she's 7 years old, in our home, she is the go-to person for fashion advice. It is so natural for her, and my husband and I encourage her to explore her creativity. Lately, she has had an interest in nails. When I come home from a day of self-care and a fresh manicure, she gets so excited about the design, the colors, and even the smell. When she FaceTimes her aunts, who also love getting manicures, her first question is, "Can I see your nails?" Lately, we've been hearing from her, "I'm going to be a spa person," and I'm assuming that's a manicurist. This is after hearing over and over again that she wanted to be a police officer or a teacher. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, her class had a profession day. Each student was to dress up as their future profession. I automatically knew it would be a teacher or a police officer. As the days drew nearer, I would hear her say, "I'm going to be a spa person." Now, the African mom in me was like, wait a minute. I think I need to disrupt this mindset real quick. I remember pulling her to the side calmly and said, "Baby, I know you want to be a spa person, but you mean you want to own it, right? Because a spa person doesn't make that much money." I don't even remember finishing the sentence, and she pointed to herself and said, "This one will." Whoa. I have never been so proud. Not for her talking back, but the lesson she taught me right in that moment. That it did not matter what I knew or thought. She believed in what she had imagined for herself, and she was confident that she would be successful doing it. That the odds were for her. Yes, I have to say that was one of my proud moments as her mom. Now, throughout the day, I continued to ponder on this exchange, and I began to ask myself, and I want to challenge you too to do the same. How many times have we allowed the opinions of others or negative suggestions of the enemy discourage us from pursuing what our hearts desire? And how can I be confident as my sweet little girl? I was quickly reminded of the scripture in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4 and 5. "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing it into captivity, every thought to the obedience of Christ." It is important as children of God that we stand in who we are and believe we have the permission to imagine. And we must have the confidence that our heart's desire will come to pass. We must stand in our authority to cast down any imagination that tries to make us think otherwise, especially if we want to experience exponential elevation. It's important that we believe in what it is that we imagine for ourselves, and that we take captive every voice that tells us that we are not enough, every mindset that says that because it hasn't happened in your family, it won't happen to you. To take captive any thought that tells you that you have to settle when it comes to marriage, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your life. To take captive any thought that says that you're too old or you're too young. To take captive any suggestion that this business ideal would not work. It's important to take captive of any relationship that keeps you in bondage. Most of all, it's important to cast down any and everything that contradicts God's promise over you. Too many times we do not follow through with the truth God has placed inside of us because of the enemy's mind games that leaves us in unbelief and disobedience. Today, I want to encourage you that it doesn't matter what has happened in the past and who it's happened to before. You have permission to imagine. And not just imagine anything. Imagine your heart's desire again and believe that God will bring it to pass. Remember to take captive of any negative imagination and declare, just as my little girl did, that others may have not been able to succeed, but this one will. God bless.